And we're back. So here we are with layout 3 from Home from Christmas. And you're going to take these wood grain pieces and the green pieces, the pine, and sprinkle all of it in your box with the white gloss spray. And just to make it look like snowflakes coming down. Quite easy. And this will be the last of the sprinkling for you. So I want to warn you to be very careful with this gloss spray too, because if it gets on something, it is really difficult to get it off. In my little plastic box here, it's no big deal that it'll come off of that, but it will stick to things like your computer, and I know from experience. Okay, next up, you're going to take off 1/8 of an inch from the gray paper on just two sides this time. Now we're not doing the whole 1/8 of an inch on the whole on each side like we did on the last one. Just 1/8 of an inch off of each side to make some space for that black paper that we'll use. And now you can add some details to your little hearts, and we're going to be adding a few details to the black paper too. So with all the green hearts, you're going to outline, and then all the red hearts, you're just going to dot. So just take your white, and I, again, using my piercing tool to hold that down. And when I was working on this one, I got too blobby, and so I turned the whole thing over and started over on that. So you remember, you always have another side, right? So I went over, and this time it turned out much better. So go ahead and get all of those dots on the red, and then the outlines on the green. So, well, this will be the first of our Christmas papers. We've got 2 more coming up in November, December, so you're going to have lots of choices there. Don't know if I mentioned that before, but that's going to be great. And I do like this one because I love the black inside of it, and there's just something about that just makes it a little more elegant to me. And so this is the one I'm going to use for my own Christmas pictures, and then the ones I make the next 2 months for you guys. I'm just doing the cards next month, and then the layouts on the last month in December. Probably will be selling those layouts instead because, like I said, I don't like to do Christmas layouts, so I will keep it just to the 3 2-page layouts that we've got for this particular kit. So, and maybe that's what I was trying to say on the last one about me not liking to do Christmas layouts because they're all the same. It always, I feel like I'm doing the same pictures over and over every year. But I don't even know who's coming this Christmas, but I'm pretty excited just to be back with the family. So we're going to have a good time, and I'm going to take a lot of pictures. Now on the black, you only have to go about halfway up with these little lines on each one because that's all that's going to show. So don't feel like you got to do the whole thing. Just make little dashes all the way around. If you don't like to do the dashes, which is not one of my favorite things, you can just do lines, hand-drawn lines, or you can take your ruler to it, draw it that way. Or the other option too is always doing dry embossing. If you dry emboss the outside edge there, maybe about a 1/4 inch in, and then sand it, it'll turn white. All right, now we've already cut down this gray paper. Remember, we've cut 1/8 inch off the top and 1/8 inch off the side. So that's going to fit right in with a very, very thin border of black, because that gray paper is really awesome. I love the way it looks. And so, but we just needed just the tiniest bit of frame. There's just something about a little bit of a frame that I tend to put on most of my papers now. Now this is going to be easy because all you're going to do is be measuring from the side. So I decided not to use the poinsettias on this one because the poinsettias worked really well for that first page. But on this one, you're only going to see slight bit of it. So I think that the kind of random pattern that they have on here looks fine because you're not going to see too much of it, and it doesn't really distract from the pictures. So I did use the other side on this, but if you like the poinsettias, you could stick with that side. I don't know why they didn't switch those two, because I think my choice is really better on this one. So then that the pattern paper goes down an inch from the side and about a half an inch from the bottom. And then the black paper, make sure you got your dashes showing, is going to go 3 inches from the left-hand side, but then it's going to just match with the top of the pattern paper. So all I did was line it up with the top of that pattern paper that I already put down. Then the wood is going an inch in from the right, but again, matching with the top of the other paper. So that makes this one really, really easy. And now we're on the green, and that's going 2 inches from the left-hand side, and again, matching with the top papers. So that made that really, really easy and fast to put together. And flip your page over and get that border 1/4 inch down from the top. I just, it's easier for me to do if I flip it towards me. So I just measured 1/4 inch, and we're working on the top here. And then it's about 1/4 inch each on each end too. So just center that. And now we're going to put the mats on, and I'm putting the photo placeholder, or you would put your 4x6 photo here. That's 3/4 of an inch in from the green and 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the green. And now the glitter paper is a little bit of a matte, and I only just did about 1/8 of an inch showing on those. We already pre-cut those ahead of time. And then, so because I had that little bit of extra, instead of putting it 1 inch from the bottom for the first mat, I just went 7/8 of an inch basically, and then 1 5/8 inch in from the right hand side, just to allow for that glitter paper. And then it's 1/4 inch apart. So. But you know what? It doesn't really matter because this isn't matching up that much except with the top, and I didn't match with the top anyway. So, but if you want it to be straight across from the 4x6, just make it straight across from the 4x6, and then go 1/4 inch down from the top photo. But I let mine go up a little bit just to balance that all out. So it's up to you on there. That is no big deal where you put those pictures at all. All right, now add the date punch out and the star punch out and the happy holidays, which I popped up. So the first two I put down flat, and the happy holidays I'm going to pop up just to add a little more dimension in there. Dimension adds variety and interest to the page. All right, now we're on our hearts. And I did not do the best drawing on that, but good thing it's supposed to just be handmade. I see my heart. I'm looking at it right now, and it's a little off. The little polka dot one looks much better. Now on these delicate little ornaments, I had to use glue, and I just put it wherever I can fit it. And these are so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love them. So just wherever you can fit that glue in there and turn it over. And that goes up just a little bit higher than the other one. And then pop up that last little red heart. And almost done with this page, except we're going to add some stickles or whatever brand you're using of glitter glue to that heart. And I just dotted wherever I had the white dots, I dotted with the stickles. And that didn't take long, but it takes a little while to dry, so don't rush it. I would give that probably an hour if you don't want it to smush at all. At least a half an hour. All right, page 2, same thing. We already have pre-cut this 1/8 of an inch off the top, 1/8 of an inch off the side. Put it right in the center of that black paper. What else would also be pretty is if you did another mat of red in between the black and the gray. That would be super, super pretty. Now this time we're doing I'm choosing to use the other side of the paper, and that's going to go in 1 inch from the right this time, 1/2 inch from the bottom, and just line it up with your ruler. Your ruler is your best friend. It really is. And then all the other ones are going to go on the same way as before. It's going to be 3 inches from the left-hand side for the black. And remember, you want to make sure that it's showing your little dots that you put on there. And it lines up again with the top of the pattern paper. And I was making sure, I wanted to make sure I got that on straight there. Okay, next is the wood grain paper. That's going to be 1 inch from the left, again lined up with the pattern paper at the top. Talk about super fast, huh? All right, and holding it steady, putting that over. And I did get my blacks just slightly off, but once I finished it, you couldn't tell. And then the green paper is going to go 2 inches in from the right and lined up with the top there. And now it's time to put that banner over it. Oops, I forgot to put the banner. So, oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. 'Tis the Season goes first, and that is a 1/4 inch in from the right of the green. Good thing I did it right, even though I didn't say it right? So, I guess I'm going to do that banner later. Start putting on all of these mats. I guess it didn't really matter on that, as long as your pattern papers were down first and that 'tis the season. So those are going to go 1/2 inch from the left, but a little bit less if you want to account for the glitter paper. So you could do 3/8 inch from the left of the wood grain paper. And then it would be 1 inch up from the bottom of the wood grain paper for the bottom one, and then a 1/4 inch a piece. And then here we go, finally getting that banner on. And that's going a 1/4 inch from the top. And then it's about a 1/4 inch from each side. Oh, I can hear the train coming through. There you go. And getting that just right. Flip it back around, time to decorate. Start with some hearts. I'm using foam tape for these. And sometimes you gotta really cut it small too to make it work. So it's nice to have the foam tape on a roll, right? Okay, and then these little banners. This first one I'm gonna tuck underneath. And then the second one's gonna fit really easy. And that just overlaps. And let's get our other 2 hearts down there. No stickers on this page, but you could use them. You got plenty left, so, you know, do it the way you want to do it. There's so many stickers left. I'm so surprised they didn't use more because they had some room here. But you can fill it up if you want to. And now go back over and do the dots on the red hearts with your stickles. And it doesn't take too long, but just let it dry. And there's 2 hearts on this page, so do both. And we're getting to the end of all of this now. I do love teaching the layouts more than the cards. There you go. Check that out. Not bad.